Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? And yes, I have come straight back into the harvest, and I am racing with this one back to our silage clamp. I'm wondering if I should go this way or go round the little track at the back. Which clamp are we going to put it in? I'll put it in this one here, the closest one. Swing around a bit. Anyway, very quickly, my question for this week. Which sprayer do you want me to use? Do you want me to use the tractor-mounted sprayer with the front tank extension? This has a 24-metre working width. Or do you want me... I think I said 21 at the end of the last episode. If I did, I apologise, it's 24. And do you want me to use the... Or do you want me to use the Amazon Pantera, which is a self-propelled 41-metre working width sprayer. Monster of a machine, but it might be a little bit oversized for this map. Now, I'm not sure what you guys think. It's your vote, it's your game. Head to the comment section down below and let me know what you think. Now, I'm going to continue straight on with the silage, even though it is hoofing it down with rain, although I don't think it ever looks like it's raining around here. It always looks like it's hailing or kind of sleety snow. But we're in the middle of harvest, so I'm assuming it's the middle of summer. Go figure. Yeah. Right. I suspect that we'll spend most of the episode doing our whole crop silage. So that's going to be a good 3... Actually, that's going to be nearly 4 episodes that we've done this week on just... not this week, altogether. Just 4 episodes continuously on silage. If you're fed up with silage by now, then I apologise, but we are nearly finished, and that'll be it, I should think, for silage on this map, at least for now. We may get a little bit more in right towards the end, but I doubt it. We probably won't do any more. I was thinking of trying to do, you know, the pickup and the follow me that I did a little bit of on Melfroy Estate right at the end. However, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see if we get to that. That's kind of a wait and see thing more than anything else. Now, I need my beacon on. Out round. And away we go. I'm going to get down to the field, and then we can see if we're able to engage the auto combine on doing the whole crop or not. If we can, I think that'd be really good. But the time that it takes to fill this one up, I'm hoping that we'll have a little bit of time just to take the water bowser and top up the cattle's water in there, because I think it's getting pretty low. We will just check in a second. Come down here. Into the field. Swing right round. Now, I'm going to get off to the edge. Like that. And I will stop right there for a minute. And we will go over there. Right, I'll go and get that one set up and we'll get going. Right, the cattle have got 1,800 litres of water left. So we do need to put a bit of water in for them soon. There's a little bit of manure available on them. And they've got milk tank. Oh, liquid manure there. Oh, crumbs. They've got 111,000 on there. So we could do a bit of muck spreading and stuff like that soon, which should be... a little bit different, because we haven't done that for a while. We did a bit of it on Melfroy Estate. We haven't done any for a while. I would also like to sell some to see how much we get, because this particular map, we can take it to the biogas plant. That's the word I'm looking for, biogas. And right, hang on. Let me just see. We want here. I don't want to go round. That was from the last time. There, I want to go round and that side out. Let's see how it copes with whole cropping this. Is it going to go straight over to the grass, or is it going to stop? Ooh, it stopped. Now, is it just going to get confused and try to do the grass instead now, or is it going to... What is it doing? Which way round have I done this? It's supposed to be going round in circles. It seems to have decided that it's got to change direction now, and it's going the other way. Or did I just tell it to do that? I don't think I did. I thought I told it to go the other way. Anyway, it is doing it. It is Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. I know why. My bad. My bad. If you have a look here, I've got it set to normal rather than actual auto combine, which is why it's acting in a slightly odd fashion. However, it mightn't hurt just to let it do that. I think we will. I think we will just carry on and let the normal hired help have a go at this, and we'll see what that does. Right, carry on. As you were, sir. As you were. I got quite confused there for a moment on whatever it was doing. So we'll wait and let it turn at the top. Just make sure that it goes in the right direction. So I don't want it to do that little bit. We'll do that afterwards. I want it to do this long bit of work. And then we can head back to the farm. We can just walk through, because we can jump over the hedge there. And go and get a tractor, put it on the water bowser, fill up so that we can top the cattle up. Because that's one job then that'll be out the way and done. You are going in the wrong direction. Let me just stop you right there. I will turn you sharp up the top here. Whoa. And now if I back you up. That's the one thing I really do like about this one. Hang on, I want to change that and lower that wheel down. Yeah, one thing I really do like about this is the fact that the bunker switches direction whichever way you're going, so you don't ever have to drive on the crop to be able to gather it all up, which is absolutely brilliant. It's just one of those tiny little details that kind of make it for me. That does. Right, we're going to go over to the farm a minute while Bill, our hired help here, he carries on. I'm using the Ursus today to pull the water bowser. Hopefully that is still in there, right where I left it. There it is. Pull up here and back up. There we go. I didn't park it very well last time, did I? And I don't like that seat. I can't see anything behind it. Never mind. Go hitch this one on. And does it have PTO? No, it doesn't. Right. That one is at 40% down there. Or 33%. Is it turning okay? This is that's kind of what or it looks like it's turning okay. I'm a little bit nervous because, as we know, the hired help, Bill, he's not very good. He is a bit accident prone, and he's working right on top of a big cliff. So I'm a little bit nervous about leaving him go unsupervised, because he might end up parking that Krone Beast Pack, which is the most expensive machine that we've ever driven. He may end up parking it down on the railway, which is not necessarily a good idea, especially considering the drop down to railway. So yeah, we'll just watch this most carefully. Now I want to just raise that front weight up, because otherwise I'm going to hit something with it. And we'll take this water round for the cattle, top up their water trough. That should keep them going for a little bit. Oh, that's 6,000. I might do 2 lots actually. 2 lots of water should then be sufficient. Here, over our electric fence, and I've had a couple people tell me that they use electric fences, like I was talking about now, which is actually quite good. I'm not the only person that has seen that, so there are several of you that understand what I'm talking about when you drive over electric fences or irrigation pipes, systems like that. I can't remember offhand the name of the person, but they sent me a link to a video showing a massive irrigation system. It was huge. They said that their farm runs quite a few of these great big irrigation systems, and the pipes, it kind of work like the electric fence thing that I described. You drive over them all the time, and it looked very impressive. You just look up very large agricultural irrigation systems, and you've got this huge, great big wheel, kind of like it's on a framework, and it goes around in a great big circle. I don't think there's anything even remotely similar in this game, so can't really go and show you what it is, but it's well worth a look. If you can find it, it's worth a look. Now, I'm going to fill this one up, and then I will go back over to the field so that we can see how our Krone is getting on. and our whole cropping, because I'd like to see it a little bit more. And I also think, because obviously I started up the episode, it reset all the wheels, I think I forgot to put the tracks back on, and it's supposed to be running with tracks while we do whole crop. So I apologise for that, and I will make sure the tracks are on when I get back to you. Right, the tracks are on. Incidentally, the bunker is pointing the wrong way, and he has been, I did notice when I was over there tipping the water out, he has been diligently turning the bunker on the headland, and it has been pointing the wrong way the whole time. Apparently, our hired help really isn't all that clever sometimes. You need to have the bunker pointing outwards. Bill, come on. At least he didn't drive it down over the edge of the field. I could see our Bill here driving it out straight down over the cliff and landing on the railway. It'd be an absolute disaster. Never mind. It's okay at the moment. We're doing alright. It's actually, you can get quite a bit. So with the yield on this field is not nearly as high as what the maize was. Obviously you get smaller intake on the maize, on this header anyway, than you do compared to the maize header. But we are going to get a little bit of silage. We're going to get at least 2 trailerfuls, which is 100,000. And a little bit extra besides. I'm not quite sure how much more we're going to get past these 2. What's going on here? Was that... Not quite sure what's going on there. Is he dropping it down part way and then... Ah, yeah, he drops it down all the way out there. Dumps a load of silage in, so he's getting some of the grass as well. Well, I will give him points for being efficient. Okay, it's not very often that I'm impressed with Bill and the things that he does, but I will give him points this time for being efficient. Let me get rid of that a second. There we go. That is looking quite spectacular. I'm quite impressed with that. I like that view. Probably shouldn't keep using pictures of this Krone for the thumbnail, considering that this is day 4 of our silage. But yeah, you know I'm going to, don't you? You just know that I'm going to. Right, I'm going to go and get that tractor over here, and we'll see about getting unloaded. Right, pull him down in here. He always moves over. He doesn't move though. If this one's full, he still doesn't move, even if he is pointing at the trailer. And then as soon as you get a little bit from the trailer onto here, let's zoom out a little bit, you can see the whole lot in action. It's looking pretty good. Right, we are going to travel back along the road so that we can empty this one out, and Bill will finish up that little bit there. There's not a huge amount left. A couple of passes. I suspect what's left in this field will be 1 bunker full now. That is my current theory, is that that is all 1 bunker full. So let's see if we can beat him up the field so that we can turn across the top. And then we're going to drive across. We're going to drive back. I'll let you guys accompany me on the drive home so that we can tip out. As we've seen quite a bit of field work, but I wasn't showing you all that much. Ooh. I know that we got to go fast, but you've also got to not lose control of your tractor. That's another important little lesson. So come out here. Nobody coming. That's good. He's carrying on. I'm so impressed with that machine. It just looks awesome. There's no 2 ways about it. That just an impressive looking setup. Fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm thoroughly impressed with that mod. I really, really am. Incidentally, my time-lapse for this week, I did sort of pose a question at the end of it, was should I do a root crop? It'll be potatoes. I know I'm doing potatoes on here, but I'll do potatoes on there as well, because I did sugar beet a couple of times on Bjornholm, and I didn't actually do potatoes ever. So I'll do, it'll be a big crop of potatoes in that big field. Or I'll do maize silage and take it from there all the way to the biogas plant. So I'm going to have to get some big trailers. I'll probably do it with like a lorry or something like that. And maybe even use one of the frameless tippers. Put it on the New Holland tractor or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But if you haven't yet, I would really appreciate it if you, just in the comment section, for those of you who do make regular comments, let me know if you think I should do potatoes or if you think I should do silage on this coming week's time-lapse episode. Or in a couple weeks. It's going to take a couple weeks before I'm actually able to start doing it. But I have posed a question now so that I can start planning whether I'm going, how to do the logistics of either the potatoes or the silage, because they're both going to be quite different to each other depending on which one I do. If I do silage, I will use that Krone beast pack, and if I do potatoes, I will use the Grim harvesters, the self-propelled ones. I'll get 2 of them going in that massive field that we've got. Right, that is, how much have we got in here now? So we got nearly, that's about 20% on 100, so that's what, 500,000 for full bunker. But I reckon we're going to have about 150,000 litres, and we're going to need to have a bucket and spoon it into our mixed feeder. That's the word I'm looking for. Our massive, great big Pecan mixed feeder, because it doesn't have a self-load facility. So we're going to have to use the bucket that we've got sat right there on that racking and spoon the silage in rather than load it itself, which is a bit of a nuisance, but it should be okay. We will do 1 load. I was thinking it would probably actually have enough mixed feed to keep us going. We still have 60,000 litres. But once the silage is ready, we'll have to have a look. Because we're also going to take some of the silage over to the beef and pigs, because by that time we'll have bought some beef and pigs. So we'll take some of the silage over there to... Oh, he's stopped now. Yeah, we'll take some of it over there to feed the beef and pigs with. But I don't know that I've heard of pigs eating silage before. I mean, they might do. I wouldn't actually know, because, believe it or not, pigs is something I've never been involved with. I used to keep a pig. That was just for me. I had a large black. And it was a really friendly large black sow, which I kept, and we used to get piglets off of her that we had for our own consumption. But I've never actually worked on a large pig farm, ever. I know people who have, and I've heard all sorts of tales about grumpy pigs and teasy pigs and how dangerous the pigs can be and things like that, but I've never actually done it myself. Now, I'm going to... I need to have it onto the actual machine. There we go. I'm going to drive this myself. Let's come out this side so that we can see it a little bit. Actually, for some of this bit, I think I'm going to try and drive it myself in cab. It's a miserable day, it really is. Absolutely awful. Fortunately, as I said before, we do have our additive tank on the back, so we've got plenty of additive going into the silage, so the extra water shouldn't have any detrimental effect on it. I'll just go up there and grab a little bit of grass as well. I do quite like that we can sort of get the grass around the edges of the field in with our whole crop silage. A couple of times that I have done whole crop, by the way. Well, I didn't do it that often when I worked for the contractor. I did, because I worked for a contractor for a little while, but I didn't spend all that long working for him. It was only 4 or 5 months, something like that. I've seen quite a lot in that time. I worked a lot of hours in those 4 or 5 months. But obviously it didn't see everything. I didn't see what happens in the winter months, and there's quite a few jobs that I didn't actually get involved with. But the whole crop that I did get involved with, I was kind of mostly out in the field, and I didn't see a huge amount of it. However, when I worked on a smaller farm, we used to do a little bit of silage contracting for neighbouring farms, and we once did some whole crop for a neighbour. So we whole cropped this field, and we took it all back. It's quite light and fluffy, whole crop silage. Compared to grass or maize silage, whole crop is much lighter and much fluffier. So we did this, and he was the one that was working it back in the pit and rolling it all flat. And after we'd done it, we sheeted the silage down. Now, when you're on a small farm, you very often you'll do some silage and then you'll stop. Right, that's all of that field done now. Switch that one off. So yeah, after you've finished, you sheet the silage down, and then a month or two later, or 6 weeks generally, you unsheet the silage and you start making the next round. So what we did was we did the whole crop, and then we unsheeted and we did a standard crop. It was just standard grass, and he did that over the top, sort of overlapped the two. But the whole crop silage, we don't know if it was just because we'd put it in quite thin. You know, he didn't have a very thick layer, and because it's quite light, it came out fairly poor, actually. It didn't produce a very good quality silage. He had quite a few issues with it. Not quite sure. We were never able to determine why he had these problems with that silage, but it did have some fair mould patches and things like that. Right, I'm just folding this one up. There we go. So that swing round and drop down. As I am out of time, this one could go back off higher, actually. Now, I'm wondering what we should do. I want to get the refund. I definitely want to get my money back. I'm going to do this off camera, actually. I'm going to unhitch this one. I'll put it onto that trailer, and then I will take the trailer and the header back to the dealership, which is down over there. And then I will drive the Krone back to the farm, and I'll collect... No, actually, the other header isn't going to get me that much money now. It's a bit late for it. So I will just drive the Krone. See, I will do that now. If I can get this onto that trailer. Hang on a sec. Right. I've unhitched that one. He's right there in the field, and I will take that one back in a little while. But I will start driving this one back, and we can chat while I go. So, my question for this week is, do you want me to get this sprayer, the tractor-mounted one with the front tank extension, which is a 24-metre working width, which is quite good size for this farm, I feel. Or do you want me to use the self-propelled sprayer? Now, I'm not denying that this is a fantastic sprayer, but at 41 metres, I'm wondering if it's perhaps a little bit too large for this farm. Yeah, I don't really know. So it's your vote, it's your game. Head down to the comment section down below and let me know what you think. In the meantime, we are going to try and get this one back to the dealer before I have to go. It's going to be a race against time. And look at... Yeah, we're bouncing around a bit. Now I've come up against cars, and the problem is I'm just a little bit too slow for passing these efficiently on the road. You don't normally overtake cars with something like this when you're driving along. You really don't. Right, so we go over... Oh, we're going over the railway track, I think, in a second. Up over here. Yeah, there's the railway track. We'll come up over that, and then we will turn left here and drive along the beachfront. And let's come out of cab a second and see what's going on. Oh, we've got a river there as well as the railway. Welcome to Sandy Bay. And whilst this does look a lot like Devon, some of the Devon coastal towns, I live in Cornwall, which is right next door. If this isn't actually a real place, this is fictitious. I was a little bit disappointed to find out that it's not based off of a real town, but it's a fictitious one. However, this does look a lot like home. I live... the kind of coastal areas that this one would have been based off, I live maybe 50 miles away. Alright, so this is really close to where I live, the kind of place that I live nearby. As I live in Cornwall, you're never more than about 20 miles from any beach. Not always the beach that you want to go to, but there are beaches within 20 miles, whichever way you go. Now, I think my dealership is in here. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me and get them to come and watch as well. So I was looking for trains, and I'm wondering why the crossing isn't working. If I was to park my vehicle right there, would it sweep me away? Because surely those barriers should come down when a train comes through. I was used to on the estate that I worked on that had a crossing. We actually had two crossings, but one of them, you just had barriers on it. The other one was done a little bit differently. You had it was gates across it. You had a phone right there, and you used to ring, and it would go straight through to the nearest junction box, the man junction box, and you'd ask him if it was all right to cross the tracks, and he would say yes or no. If he said no and you opened the gates and you went across, it was a criminal offence and you could have a very heavy fine and face time in prison. Right, how much are we going to get for turning these two back? That one, restore vehicle 2,500. Is it number 8? There we go. And this one, back it in. There we go. Restore vehicle 20,000. Well, that says euros on there, but it's actually pounds. £20,000, and we have gotten rid of it. There we go. Right. That's it for this week, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to start with next week. I need to slow time down because of the returning it. It's the same buttons as the time control. I apologise if I've gone a bit over. I kind of lost track of time at the end there. Don't know what I'm doing next week, but until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.